Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, and Chris Flaherty, Peter Brown with the weather, and Jolie Atwood with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. The Board of Selectmen approved the water and sewer rates for residents and commercial properties during their meeting Monday evening, and as expected, they reflect a slight increase. The new rates were made at the recommendation of Department of Public Works Director John Sanchez, who said the need for the increase was to help fund the town's connection to the MWRA, Mass Water Resources Authority. Sanchez said the goal of the new rates is to create new water revenue in the amount of $3.2 million in 10 years. FY22 will be the fourth year of this financial plan as the rate increases started in FY19. The increase he recommended for FY22, which will go into effect on July 1, was 6.8%. Sanchez said the sewer rate increase will be modest when applied to the average resident's bill. For example, he said, the minimum yearly cost for water and sewer service, which affects 36% of residential customers, will go from $181 to $190 per year. Burlington's average user, at 61,000 gallons per year, would see an increase from $369 to $388 per year. Finally, Sanchez said that even with the increases, Burlington pays less than many communities in the area. For comparison, he presented a bill as a comparison. If someone used 90,000 gallons of water per year, under the new rates as a Burlington resident would pay $696 if they used that many gallons. An Andover resident would pay $849 at that level. A Chelmsford resident would pay $1,041, and a Billerica resident would pay $981. As reported on BNews, Burlington Public Schools went full remote for the week after the Thanksgiving Day holiday in an attempt to prevent the spread of COVID-19 after families may have traveled and college students may have returned home. In the latest edition of the Superintendent Update with Superintendent Eric Conti, BNews Director Rich Hosford asked if the same would apply after the winter break. Here is Dr. Conti's reply.
No, I think that's a longer break, and I'm hoping we're exploring some options for testing, joining some consortiums of districts that have found some testing companies, testing avenues. So I'm hoping that we might be able to help address one of those areas of challenge, which is making sure that we have a place for educators anyway to get tested and get the results back relatively quickly. I think that would help us a great deal. So we're looking at that. And honestly, I hate even to predict what's going to happen, 2 weeks from now. So sure. We'll see the position that we're in. And again, we're being strongly encouraged to stay open. I think if I were to do it again, I would probably try to look at the district in different capacities, so maybe not have the entire district remote. I think keeping our preschool, our K-2 students, early elementary students in school makes a lot of sense. I think they have the hardest time adjusting to remote. So I also think they're in terms of the virus, sort of the safest population. So it would be maybe something that we have to do in a more targeted way in the future.
A number of small businesses in Burlington suffering from the economic downturn due to the pandemic recently received some relief with assistance from the town and the Federal CARES Act. BNews Director Rich Hosford went to check it out and has this report.
At a recent Board of Selectmen meeting, Burlington Economic Development Director Melissa Tentoculus announced that 7 small businesses in town had received micro-enterprise grants through the Federal CARES Act to help them through the economic downturn caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. I met up with her outside of Town Hall to learn more about the grant program.
So the micro-enterprise grant actually comes from the CARES Act funding from the federal government, and the federal government provided money to the states primarily to help micro-enterprise businesses. And micro-enterprise businesses are any business that is 5 people or fewer, with the owner being one of those 5.
Many small businesses have been hit hard in 2020. One such business that was damaged is the Echo Enrichment Center, which opened in 2008 and offers programs for families like socials, parties, and classes as a way to connect people in the community. They had to give up their space behind Temple Shalom Emeth and move to all virtual programs.
Of course, when COVID hit, we closed down under the guidance of the CDC, ran everything that we did remotely. Birthday parties, no, obviously. Trips in our van with teens and adults, obviously we didn't do that. But as time went on, that's when we figured out that it wasn't going to be short term. We took about a 50% drop in enrollment and revenue, and that continues. It's even a little bit lower at this point.
Another business impacted was Brogan Photography, an 8-year-old business that is a certified professional photography studio with 2 certified photographers.
The pandemic hit and we closed our doors in March, and for several months we had to stay closed for government mandate, and then we slowly started to reopen, and it's been tough. Our business has dropped off on a monthly average between 60 and 90%, and overall on an annual average about 65% or so. So it's a big hit.
The businesses that received the grant funds, about $10,000 each, say the funds are a lifeline in a difficult time. This includes VV Nails on Cambridge Street, a 25-year-old business that can now only work at 30% capacity.
Yeah, if the loan, they may have only pay for the rent and then support for, pay for the rent and pay for the employee, and supply, essential supply,
Yeah, we will get a big help because now all the nail businesses go really low. Like the customer is reduced like 70%. Like every year, this Christmas will be our big income, but now it's like really slow. It changed a lot.
MGCC grant program that Melissa has championed to connect us with has really provided a financial bridge to traverse this really challenging time that we're in right now, and it makes it a lot easier to do that. So
This grant money is going to help with a little shortfall of cash flow for staff salary mostly, as well as putting our van back on the road after the first of the year. The insurance, the liability for when we're in the space. So that's going to help us a great deal to bounce back.
Finally, Melissa said she believes the program has been a success and that there is more that can be done.
Yes, I mean, I think this has been, in terms of, it's a smaller number of businesses. We had hoped that there would be a greater number of businesses that would qualify for this funding. And there is still some funding out there. So if you are a small business and you think you might qualify, please call me. But in terms of the people I've talked to and the business owners that have been recipients of this funding, they've been very, very appreciative. And they've really said that this is helping them get over the gap. And with the, vaccine on the horizon, I think that's what we want to do, is just help people get over, kind of hang on till we're at a more stable time.
Out and about in Burlington, on BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
A discount retail chain with products aimed at the younger crowd and a mission to make shopping fun is looking to locate in Burlington. According to an application for a special permit filed with the Burlington Planning Department, Five Below Incorporated is working to occupy the former Outback Steakhouse in the Crossroads Plaza at 34 Cambridge Street. Five Below is a publicly held American chain of specialty discount stores that sells products that cost up to $5, plus a small assortment of products from $6 to $10. It was founded by Tom Velios and David Schlesinger in 2002 and headquartered in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Since its founding, it has expanded to have 900 stores across the United States. Five Below is aimed at tweens and teens and is unlike other discount stores as it emphasizes having a treasure hunt shopping experience. A spokesperson for the brand said that unlike other discount stores that are filled with necessities, they are going for more a fun atmosphere. A special permit hearing is scheduled to begin at the January 7th Planning Board meeting. Two student organizations at Burlington High School, the Multicultural Club and Humans BHS, have become one as they work towards a common goal of creating a safe and welcoming environment for students of all cultures and ethnicities. For more on this merger, BNews reporter Chris Flaherty spoke to the organization's co-presidents. He has this look.
As the social climate of our world continues to transform, two student organizations at Burlington High have joined forces towards one common goal. Humans of BHS and the Multicultural Club have become one organization.
We felt like the missions of both of the clubs just worked with each other. So when it comes to the Multicultural Club, it was all about celebrating the diversity and the differences among us. And Humans of BHS, it's all about making sure that all the differences that we have are being acknowledged, that no one is feeling isolated, that we look at how these differences can stem to discrimination.
Even though both the clubs have a different goal, they kind of work hand in hand and support one another in the way that if a place is diverse and has a lot of diversity, we should also work to have it be an equitable community as well and work towards social justice and celebrating each other's different culture.
The merging of the two groups have shown there truly is strength in numbers.
We've had a lot more student participation. I think last year, both clubs only had few kids, which kind of just included us. So now we've had a lot more from freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, so like a wide variety as well. Students in our club have also been from different racial and cultural backgrounds, and we want them to feel safe in the environment they're part of.
The idea that we all can comfortably talk with each other, even though we have so many differences amongst us, we come from different places, we speak different languages, we have had different experiences here, but still this club provides a safe space for us to talk us through issues that we're facing. I feel like the merger has been really good in showing us that we can all just talk to each other and have like a safe environment.
Through club events and discussions, Shake and Shaw hope the multicultural Humans of BHS can provide a safe environment for all students while making strides towards a better tomorrow for the community.
I hope to have students feel comfortable in the environment they're part of and not for them to feel isolated in any community. And that's why we have these clubs, for people to have open discussions, for them to talk and just get to know each other, interact with each other, get to know the kids that you're surrounded by. And we hope that even though things are looking different this year, we hope that by having virtual activities and talking with people virtually, we can still work towards this mission.
I hope that this year we can still have a little bit of fun when it comes to events, but then still promote some actual change. All of these events have played a great role in making sure that we enjoy our high school experience, but then we also have some initiative and change. So I hope that this year we can still continue that while being very productive in our goals.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNews Weekly.
Owners of electric vehicles will soon likely be able to charge them while shopping or dining at the mall. According to an application filed with the planning department, the mall is looking to install 12 Tesla electric vehicle charging stations in the parking lot near the former Sears building. They're also looking to install a light pole, 3 supercharger cabinets, a panel board, and a transformer. In total, there will be a net reduction of 3 parking stalls as a result of the project, the application states. Porter is a therapy dog from the National Education for Assistance Dog Services. He is currently in training at BHS and is working alongside the other therapy dog, Scooter. BNews reporter Robert Paris met up with both dogs and their handlers, and he has this look.
A service dog is currently in training at Burlington High School. His name? Porter. Porter is part of the National Education for Assistant Dog Services, NEEDS. NEEDS has been training service canines in Princeton since 1987.
So Porter is a NEEDS dog that is in training. So he actually, when he's walking around, he's in a blue vest, whereas Scooter is a graduate, so he's in a red vest.
Porter has been alongside Dr. Rachel Gould, who is a psychology teacher at BHS.
So Porter really stays with Dr. Gould. She's considered his handler for this time. So he remains in her classroom in a kennel when she is teaching, But when she's walking around, he's fully leashed and walking around with her, trying to learn the commands that he needs in order to be successful.
Well, he's in school every day. The students are here and hangs out with all of my psychology students. They're watching him getting trained. He's working right now on shake. And he's having kind of a hard time because he thinks that it's the same thing as speak. They're different. We're working on it.
As for the other needs dog, Scooter, he's been bringing smiles to schools in Burlington since 2016. Now that we are in a pandemic, his handler, Christina, is coming up with new ways for him to see children in the Burlington school system.
I would say it's been hard. It's not easy to have him engage with the kids as he normally would. I try to make sure that I'm in the hallways when the kids are passing. I'm trying to have him outside when the kids are coming into the building. But, you know, even with things like lunch, the kids are not really allowed to move too much, so they're not allowed to really kind of come and pat him. If they're in the hall and they see him, they get to pat him. I try to make sure that he has a large Twitter following, so I make sure that he's active on that, and so the kids can see him in his updated pictures.
Dr. Gould continues to train Porter until he departs from BHS next year.
So after he's done hanging out in classes with us, he'll leave fall of next year, and he will go to a prison and be trained one-on-one with a prisoner. And then we'll receive possibly some training after that. Porter, they're going to evaluate him to be a breeder, in which case he could possibly stay with my family, but we really hope that he graduates and gets to be a service animal.
From Burlington High School, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
It's the time of year where we're all going to be facing a spread of delicious holiday food that may not be the most ideal dietary choices. Partners at Lifetime Fitness have some pro tips to make the holidays happy and healthy without missing out on the good stuff. Let's have a look.
Normal temperature.
Over the holidays, it's really important to keep in mind that your goals don't have to take a back seat, and overall your mental health is really gonna be the thing that kind of pushes you into that next level with whatever your goal is, whether that's to gain muscle or lose body fat, maybe a little bit of both. So overall, taking care of yourself mentally as well as physically, we really talk about that here at Lifetime, where you can meet your goals while also enjoying your everyday life. Skipping meals before you go into that big holiday meal actually is something that I would not advise, especially because when you skip meals, you're more likely to overindulge when you finally get into that space of all of the yummy food in front of you. And if you're nervous about overeating at that big dinner, go into it maybe having a protein shake beforehand or another healthy snack, so where you're not starving when you get in front of the foods that may be a little bit more indulgent. Tips for exercise over the holidays, I would say just like your meal prep, where you can kind of schedule out what days you're gonna eat certain foods, you can also schedule out what days you're gonna do some exercise. And actually blocking that off in your calendar, especially when it's so crazy busy with the holidays, it can be very helpful to commit to specific times. Maybe schedule yourself a yoga class at your local Lifetime, anything that you do to get moving. Also thinking about the kind of exercise that you're gonna do and making sure you're incorporating some strength training, a little bit of high intensity, and then also some recovery. Again, especially as it's so crazy with the holiday times right now, we could all use a little bit of time to decompress. If you're gonna be traveling for the holidays, something that I would recommend is grabbing your own snacks from home. So you can grab either a UCAN bar that we have here in the cafe,
maybe a little bit of popcorn because you can eat a lot of that and it's not super calorically dense. Maybe you grab your favorite protein bar, just something that will help you feel satisfied as a snack. And we do offer a lot of those things here in the cafe at Lifetime. And the cafe here is actually very clean. We do have all of the seats socially distanced, even blocked off, so it's not even an option to sit there. There's a lot of enhanced cleaning protocols that we have. The ventilation system has been updated, so the air is clean, the tables are clean, and we're super excited to have people in the cafe just to enjoy a meal. Whether you're a member at Lifetime or not, you're welcome to come in. So after you have a big meal, or if you have a day that you're indulging a little bit more, I would recommend not being too hard on yourself, especially if you feel like you overindulged. A lot of times people will exercise for hours afterwards to make up those extra calories, or they only eat salad the next day, whereas if you can kind of plan out your meals during the week, that can typically be helpful. So if you get some sort of meal preparation, a little bit of healthy snacks in your fridge, that way you can have your day or have your night where you have that bunch of yummy food, and then the next day you know exactly what you're gonna eat, you know where your snacks are, and you don't have to stress.
The 2021 winter sports season is fast approaching, and BHS Athletic Department is preparing for what lies ahead. Athletes can register now at the school's website. There you will find Family ID registration, which closes on December 9. There are some rules for the winter season. They include mask wearing is required for all participants, coaches, and staff at practices and games. All student athletes participating in a winter sport must have an in-person physical within the last 13 months on file with the athletic office. There will be no school-provided transportation to games, meets, or matches in Burlington or in other communities. Attendance at all practices and games will be strictly monitored. Every participating student athlete will be required to answer 4 questions relative to COVID screening with their coach before the start of every practice and games. BCAT reporter Robert Parris talked with Burlington Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan about special holiday events and what is upcoming for winter 2021. Let's have a look.
The holiday season is back in Burlington, and even though we will be celebrating them a little different this year, the Parks and Recreation Department is ensuring everyone gets an opportunity to enjoy some holiday events. This week, I had a conversation with Burlington Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan and another COVID-19 update. A very special surprise was revealed this past week.
Well, we were lucky enough to receive a visit from Mr. Claus himself, who came down and helped us light the town common. And what a evening it was. With the weather we got, but we wanted to make sure people knew that the town common was going to look as beautiful as ever this holiday season.
The department is having some upcoming virtual holiday events.
So what we've done is take our typical programs that we do each year between Thanksgiving and in the end of the year, and tried to make them virtual as best as possible. So we've added a couple new ones as well. So our program staff is working on the winter brochure as we speak, trying to finalize it. So more information on that will be released on our social media pages in the coming days and weeks.
With the vaccine about to be distributed, Parks and Recreation is looking forward to heading back to normal operation in the near future.
Hopefully, that comes with some comfort for people that are ready for the vaccine, and it gets distributed, to the most needy people first, and work its way through our entire population. And hopefully, maybe next summer we'll be back to typical activities. That would be great.
I'm Robert Parris for BNEWS Weekly.
We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown for a look at the forecast for the week ahead. We'll also check out the community calendar with Jolie Atwood for a look at what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone. This is Peter Brown with your weather for the next 7 days. I hope you all had a happy and very healthy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, and here we are heading into the first week of December. I know it's hard to think that we are at that point. We are actually starting out now in meteorological winter, so fall is quickly fading away from us. Now, as we start on our period on Friday, we're going to see temperatures not too bad. Temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50, so pretty, nice feeling if you have to be out and about around there. Pretty seasonable for this time of the year, actually. As we head into the weekend, looks like we're going to keep those fair weather conditions around. Temperatures, again, starting to slide a little bit as we head in towards Sunday, down into the mid-40s. Again, nothing unusual for this time of the year. As we go out and round out the end of our period, heading into the December 10th time frame, temperatures at this time of the year are only supposed to be in the low and mid-40s, and that's pretty much where we're going to be. So it is going to have a real feel of early winter out there. And of course, as you know, as the days are just about as short as they ever get at this time of the year. In fact, our sun won't be setting any earlier than 4:12 p.m. Our mornings are going to keep getting a little bit darker till we get to about Christmas time. But that's one good thing as we head towards the winter, as we are looking ahead towards the days getting longer. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at what's going to be happening in the Burlington area in terms of temperatures and precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days. And the Climate Prediction Center is calling for about average, maybe slightly above average temperatures. I'm not really seeing any indications of that. In fact, the start of a work week looks like it's going to be kind of chilly around here in the Burlington area, so definitely going to need that winter coat as you head out. Now, looking ahead at our precipitation chances, again, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above average precipitation. Once again, I'm not really seeing any indications of that. Looks like it's going to be a fairly dry week, maybe just a chance of a few flurries here and there as we head into the work week. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at that weather coming up for the next 7 days. And again, starting out our period on Friday, pretty pleasant out there. This is actually going to be the warmest of the 7 days, if you can believe it. Temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. And again, seasonably cool at night. Now, as we head into the weekend again, fair weather skies and lots of, cool temperatures. But again, average for this time of the year down into the mid-40s. And of course, we get into Monday, we see the chance of maybe some scattered flurries as a strong cold front passes by. And that's going to bring us the chance then, as we head into the middle of the work week, Tuesday and Wednesday, of some pretty chilly temperatures down into the mid and upper 30s. And pretty cool at night down in the teens. So definitely when you're heading out there early in the morning or out later at night, definitely keep that heavy winter coat handy. As we round out the period again on Thursday, it looks again like average temperatures in the low and mid 40s, with again the chance of maybe some scattered flurries. So nothing really crazy out there this week coming up, folks. So get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Are you getting ready to deck the halls? Are your decorations the talk of the neighborhood during the holidays? We want to see your holiday lights display. They can be part of our special Holiday Light Showcase program, premiering on BCAT this December. You could be on BCAT. If you want to take part in our Holiday Light Showcase, email us at bcat@bcattv.org or call us at 781-273-5922. On behalf of all of us at BCAT, we want to wish you a safe and happy holiday season.
Hi, I'm Jolie Atwood, and this is your community calendar. Get ready to make some delicious treats. On Tuesday, December 8th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having a virtual holiday event called Cookie Decorating with Santa. Everyone is welcome, and pre-registration is required. To register, go to burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. Give a message to a child this holiday season. On Thursday, December 10th, the Burlington Public Library will be having a teen event called Holiday Cards for Hospitalized Kids. Card paper and craft supplies will be provided. Pick up your supplies on Thursday at the curbside pickup. The event is for students in grades 6 through 12. To sign up, go to Burlington Public Library section at burlington.org. Come and explore the holiday sights and sounds. On Saturday, December 12th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 3rd Avenue will be having another Holiday Happenings event. There will be seasonal favorites at their wagons with fresh wreaths, mini Christmas trees, hot cocoa, and more. Everyone is welcome to attend the event. For more info, go to 3rd Avenue Facebook page. I'm Jolie Atwood, and that was your community calendar.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo is actually one from the summer. It fell through the cracks here, but it's too good not to share. It was sent in by Vishad Nigam and features his wife and daughter in silhouette overlooking the ocean with a stunning skyline above it. Makes us miss summer already. Thanks for the photo, Vishad. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of your holiday activities, a family trip, or just everyday moments, whatever you think is interesting and want to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. And that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with Rich Hosford, Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, Chris Flaherty, Peter Brown, and Jolie Atwood. Thank you for joining us.